Hi, everybody. Welcome to another Prog Report podcast. This is our 2024 mid-year podcast. It just snuck up on me. Dan, how about you? I didn't realize it was already almost July.
Really, like it went by way too quickly.
Yeah, so there's been a bunch of new songs since we did our last sort of monthly reaction. There's been a few more new things coming out that I wanted to cover. So I thought this would be a good opportunity to just sort of look back at the last few months and run through some songs pretty quickly. We won't make this a long one because
Yes, let's
I
do
don't
it.
want it to take forever. But man, every year starts off the same. What could possibly come out this year that can beat the last year? Because last year had this, that, and the other album, and somehow we still end up with just awesome music. And I think, it's some new names, maybe not some of the bigger names and stuff like that are out, but there's been some amazing releases so far this year, some surprises, some new things. So I don't know. I think it's been pretty good, pretty strong. How about you?
Yeah, man, to be honest, I've been like so busy with life and stuff that I haven't had the time to give proper attention to these new releases and all that. So I'm glad we're doing this exercise today because
Right.
it's kind of like an intensive version of the whole year up until now. And so I'll listen to what we got and try to decide some of my favorites so I can focus on them
Right.
and listen to some more. So in that sense, I'm kind of like our viewers, but I'm here live. So
Yeah. Yeah, and of
yeah,
course, if there's any we forgot or some of your favorites, please leave them in the comments below. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, and keep up on all the other stuff. Of course, our Wheel of Prague episodes are always going on. We just did a Devin Townsend one, which was a lot of fun and very controversial. So if you haven't seen that one, it was pretty good. And okay, so let's go ahead and bring up the screen and we'll kick off the proceedings. Well, we're going to kick
well,
off. I tried to do this chronologically. It may be a little bit off at certain points, maybe by accident or something, but I tried to go back and try to do these in order. So the first one, we're going to cover about 15 songs, I think. So the first one is Caligula's Horse. The album's Charcoal Grace, came out on January 26th. The first kind of big release of the year. Their follow-up to Rise Radiant. You love this record. You want to talk about it real quick?
yeah. I mean, so far this year, this is my favorite album of the year. It's pretty obvious, I guess, because it's one of my favorite bands, and this is actually my favorite song in the album. So I'm glad you picked
Yes,
that
I knew
one.
that, which is why I picked it. So
Yeah,
let's see. Let's see if we can bring this up real quick.
let's do
Okay,
it.
here we go. That part is so cool. Yeah. Anyway, that's Mute
Ooh, you're
from
turning it
Charcoal
off.
Grace.
Ooh.
Yeah, their kind of drum, double bass, guitar riff thing that they do, especially on this album, sounds so killer. I love that kind of stuff that they do. And yeah, this is their 12-minute epic closing track on the album. So good
Yeah,
stuff.
amazing song. If you like that, you'll like the rest of the album too. So
Yep. Yeah, right on.
try
Yeah, I
it.
think that's going to be a favorite for a lot of people towards the end of the year.
Yeah, I'll have
We
more
said
to
that about.
say in the end of the year podcast. I guess we should
Yeah,
save our thoughts, right?
yeah, exactly. We don't want to go too crazy on this one, but yeah, I
Yeah.
think you can expect this one to at the end of your podcast. All right, moving on. Okay, yeah. So this is the
Nice.
Pineapple Thief.
Love that
With
one
the
too.
album, It Leads to This. This was an early favorite for me. I was super into this album when it came out. It came out February 9th. Another really early release. Not very different from what the band has sort of done the last few records, but just I think it's only 8 songs. It's kind of a
Yeah,
short
it's short
record,
and
but
sweet. Yeah, it's more Pineapple Thief, right? It's
yeah,
very familiar, but I don't know. It's kind of this sort of prog that keeps you relaxed, you know? And it's
yeah,
not that it's not heavy, but like his voice is just so soothing, you know? So you just
yeah.
go with
The
the
songs are
beat and like the
great,
flow,
and
and yeah,
yeah, the songs are great. They're all really good. There's not a bad song on here. Gavin Harrison's drumming is killer. All the stuff that you like from them. I
yeah.
mean, it's great. If you like these guys, this album's awesome. So I'm jumping to I think a
Yeah,
chorus here on
Bruce
this
is
one.
just, he's an amazing songwriter, so
Yeah, this was the first
nothing
single I
unexpected
think.
here.
Every Trace of Us, which is really good. So
Hmm.
Just leave things fall as I can see. They're all laid bare and bearing down on me. I know how it has to be. Just lie down and let them come to me. And put all this pain inside my head. Arrest Can you see them? They cut the desperate finger through my heart. Can't you see they're taking over?
anyway, there you go.
I love the way they go with like time signatures and odd time stuff, you know, because it's just feels very natural to the song. If you're not paying attention to that, you just feel like it's 4/4 and it's a straightforward song, but
Yeah,
it's not, you know. You wouldn't
that's
say
Gavin
like, yeah,
Harrison. I
the
mean,
song
he
is in
helps.
seven, you know.
He co-writes a lot of the music. I mean, a lot it is Bruce Sword's music, but the way he drums and the way that arranges the songs really changes everything.
Yeah,
And yeah, we talk about that all the time. These guys are great.
truly.
Okay, so yeah, that's Pineapple Thief, really good one. Next up, Big Big Train.
Yay.
So they released their album, The Likes of Us, the first with Alberto Bravin as the singer on March 1st. And they played Cruise to the Edge, and that was amazing. And they did some shows in the U.S. And then while they were here in the U.S., they went to Sweetwater Studios, where Nick DiVirgilio works as sort of a drum guy there, and they recorded a live in studio their
Performance,
version
yeah.
of the track Last 11, which is the closing track on The Likes of Us. And this version actually just came out like a week or two ago.
Yeah, yeah, I just watched
Um,
it too. It's
yeah,
great.
and it's really really good. So sort of to commemorate that album, gonna bring up this track here, and yeah, it's really good. Let's see.
Progress if we like, or build ourselves a home with towers that reach the sky.
It's an amazing 12-string sound, so good.
So here we stand. He wants to knock me out the park. I sent the bulldozer through, warming up, getting in the groove. It's not.
Awesome.
That's good.
Dude, like funny story here and like nerd alert, but the beginning of that crescendo, he like has this theme. It sounds very much like one of my favorite games' main theme. And like
Oh
our
yeah.
buddy Christian, he's also a big fan. The game's called Chrono Trigger, and the da
Okay.
da 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 da, it sounds the same. I showed it to him when this album first came out, and he's like, "Whoa, it's the same thing." So,
Oh, that's funny.
uh, small
Yeah.
fun
I
fact
wouldn't
there.
know that, but okay.
Yeah,
That's
there you
awesome.
go.
Okay, so yeah, listen, those guys are great. They have a bunch more shows coming up in Europe, I think. I'm pretty sure they're working on a new album, and they're back on the next Cruise to the Edge next year in 2025. So, I should have mentioned this. Caligula's Horse are going to be on Cruise to the Edge next year as well for the first
Yeah,
time, which is very, very cool. So excited about that. Okay, moving on.
I'm
How we
proud,
doing?
dude. We're 1/5 of the way in, and I know everything so far. So
We're
yes.
good. We're doing good. Okay. Oh yeah, Whom Gods Destroy. This is this
Yeah.
year.
Yeah.
It feels like all these albums feel like they came out forever ago, and
Yeah,
this is
that's the
actually
bizarre
this
part
year.
because it's been a while since it came out. But at the same time, the year flew by so fast. It's kind of a weird like uh time perception thing, right?
Yeah, it's wild. Anyway, yeah, another album that I was super into for a while when it came out. Um, Sort of the offshoots of Sons of Apollo, as I think many people know, Derek Shrinian and Bumblefoot. Got a few young guys, Bruno Valverde and help me out with the bass player's name, Yas
Yas no
Nomura,
Mura and
and
Dino
he's
Jelusik.
amazing, and
Yeah.
Dino Jelusic on vocals, and it's just a super progressive metal intensity kind of
Yes. Blown up to 11,
just
that kind of
just in
thing.
your face, blown up to 11. Yeah,
Yeah.
everything is to the max, and yeah, and it's I mean his album's great. Dino with these guys is just awesome. So
Truly.
this is one of
Yeah.
the later singles called Crawl, which is a really good track.
From now on, take it home. You gave and saved my soul, and in the end, you take it all. With ashes and dust on my hands, for you I crawl. We rise and fall. Our love was never rise at all. Down with our fists to the ground, we are crawl. Son,
Yeah, you get the idea.
Awesome.
This came out back in March 15th. Also, the album's called Insanium. It's a
Hmm.
great title for that album.
True.
There's also a really killer instrumental, Hypernova 5158, which is just insane. Yeah,
Hmm.
if you haven't checked this one out, this is a lot. It's a fun record, and it's like we were saying, it's just all in your face craziness the
Yeah,
whole way through.
exactly.
Um, all right, moving on to this actually more crazy. This is the
Oh yeah.
band called
Speaking of,
yeah, this is a band called O. If you're not familiar, they're from China. Actually, the drummer who founded the band is from America. Is from New York, but he's been living in China for a long time, and started the band there. This is their second album on Inside Out. It's called Frailty. It's all sung in Chinese. They have an amazing singer, Lin Wu, I think is her name. And this album in particular is interesting because it was produced or co-produced by Devin Townsend, who sort of helped oversee the project, and he is on this track as well. So for Devin fans, this should be something right up your alley if you haven't checked this out. This song is crazy, man. Like the first part of it starts off sort of one way, and it seems like
becomes something
you
else,
don't know
yeah.
what it's gonna be, and then halfway through the song, it really goes insane, and then Devin sort of comes in at the end. I think this song is really, really cool. So if you haven't heard this one, it's pretty wild. Anyway, you can see where that goes.
Yeah, yeah, it's pretty insane. Maybe that should be called Insanium too.
Yeah, right. This song's called Purge. This
Yeah.
album came out back on April 26th. And yeah, I mean, it's something totally different, and a lot of people have been interested
I,
because of that.
I love what they did
Sorry.
with the video, like phasing between her and Devin. It's a cool effect.
Yeah, it's very cool. Something really different for you. So there you go with that. Moving on.
Next up,
We're flying.
what we
We're
got?
flying through this. Yeah, we're doing
Yeah,
well.
dude.
6x6. Their
Yeah,
second
this is one
album
of your
called Beyond.
favorites, right?
Yeah, I like this album a lot. Beyond Shadowland. 6x6 is a trio of Robert Barry, Ian Crichton, and Simon Glockler. Really cool. I don't know how to really describe it. It's in that line of sort of like Asia and that kind of prog that has a little bit of classic rock into it.
Yeah, like a
Um,
little bit of Sticks, right?
a little bit of Sticks, that kind of
Yeah.
vibe. Robert Barry actually sings really, really well on this album. Ian Crichton just has some awesome solos. Simon's a killer drummer for any Saxon fans. It's good, especially this song. I think this song called, actually, let me bring this up, Obiliax, which is a weird name. I think it's one of the better songs to come out this year. It has a really awesome chorus, and it's just a really cool hook. So let's check
Yeah,
this out.
let's
I like
check it
this one
out.
a lot.
From the silent floods where many have said we could do our best. Round and around, floating through space, and glide through the heavens, finding a way. Round and around, this prison's escape. Life on the new path, floating away.
That's pretty cool. That's a good song. I stand by
Tasty,
that.
man.
That's a great
Tasty.
song.
I love it. Yeah,
Great solo, just really sweet, some cool licks in there.
absolutely. Yeah.
Good
Very
stuff.
nice.
Yeah, so that album came out April 26th also. Beyond Shadowland by 6x6. That's worth checking out. Actually, they announced their first few tour dates coming up. They're doing just like a handful, but maybe there'll be some more coming soon. So,
Awesome. Are you seeing them live?
no, I don't think I'm going to be able to.
Okay.
They're not coming near me, but yeah, and I think a couple of shows in Europe actually.
Okay.
So let's move on to the next one. So
Nice.
yes, this is one of our
Love
one
that
of our
one.
favorites.
Yeah.
Wheel.
Disciple.
Great.
Not Wheel of
finish.
Prague. Okay.
Right, just
mess
Wheel,
that up.
and we
Just
will do a Wheel of Wheel at maybe a few years from now. Yeah, these guys are from Finland. This is, I guess, maybe it's their third album, Charismatic Leaders. And yeah, just really cool. They keep evolving. They sort of have that Tool, maybe a little Soundgarden, maybe, some of that kind of influence, very tribally kind of drumming, that kind of stuff. James, the singer, is great vocalist. Yeah, this is one of my favorite songs also. It's just sort of a visualizer video, but I like this one a lot. So this track is called Disciple.
I think it's their third official album, fifth
Right.
if you count EPs.
And then they had EPs and stuff, yeah.
Yeah.
You whispered your poison, lamenting the ways of the creed. Spare me your sympathy. Just leaving me on your You're calling the
This one takes a little bit to get going, but I just love that the sound of that part when the drums kick in and the whole thing. It's really good stuff.
Yeah, I think my favorite from this album, I love a lot of these songs, but my favorite might still be the first single, which is called
Empire,
Empire, I think. Yeah, just that intro, man, just gets you fired up. I love
really,
this whole
really
album, man.
heavy.
They're
Yeah,
great.
really
Yeah,
heavy, aggressive. Good stuff.
yeah.
Okay, moving
They have one
on.
called Charlatan, I think, as well, which is great. Yeah, good
Yeah, I think
album.
so. Good album. Let's see what's next on my list. Okay, we're gonna go with the Tangent. Oh, I did my order different. Look at that.
Cool.
Okay, the Tangent. Andy Tillison.
And
Prog
Andy
veteran.
Tillison and Andy
And yeah, so
featuring
this is
Andy. Yeah.
basically this is just Andy doing everything, writing it, singing it, playing every instrument. That's it. There's no one else. And if you look at the album, it says the Tangent and in parentheses for one. But they've said that the Tangent will be back with the full band, but everybody was busy, and he just got along writing, and then just figured he would just do everything. A lot of the videos have shown him playing all the instruments and stuff. And I did an interview with him, and one thing I found interesting was that he said he doesn't really write the lyrics in advance. He does all the music, and then goes to a mic, and then just starts ad-libbing it and singing. He has sort of an idea, but doesn't write it down, and then just
Yeah.
goes, and then just sings. Like, I think that's
Well,
crazy.
it is crazy. I guess if you go back on their catalog, some of those songs you can tell he's done stuff like this because he just goes in the mic and say random stuff and like I was at the
Yeah.
mall with this giant walrus, that kind of thing. Yeah. So he's a funny guy, and so
Yeah.
I guess we can tell.
So let me get to this that part. I think it sounds great. I mean, it's classic old school prog. It's what the Tangent does. It's sort of sarcastic. His lyrics are like that.
Mhm.
There's some great musical kind of jazzy moments like he's known to do. So if you're a fan of the Tangent, I actually think this is one of the better albums over the last few years that they've done. There's always something a little bit different between each of them, but I enjoyed this one. So this the album is called To Follow Polaris, and it came out on May 10th. So let's go check it out.
Somewhere in the cacophony, there's a good idea, one not based on fear. The government's on vacation, and the thoughts of the nation are not on the side of this great divide. It's a fine line, the fine line, the fine line that we can hope, the fine line will bring them to heel.
What do you think of that one?
Man, I love like the homemade feeling of that video too. Just a dude in his place, just playing drums and everything. But when you listen to it, it's like a full-blown studio song.
Yeah,
Love it. Yeah.
yeah, exactly. Okay, let me go ahead and bring
What's
up.
next?
Okay, next is Teramaze.
All the
With
way from Australia.
yeah.
I haven't listened
This
to this
is
one yet, man.
Oh, okay, cool. So
Yeah.
this album is a concept record. It's called Eli, A Wonderful Fall from Grace, I believe. It came out on May 24th. This is the opening track, The Will of Eli, and it's a long one. This one is 9 minutes. There's a lot of long songs on this album. Again, I mean, this is great stuff. It's prog metal. It's got the hooks. It's got great playing, a lot of good choruses, melodies. What Teramaze does the last few albums. So this is definitely for fans of the band. If you're familiar with what they do, it's good stuff. So let me go ahead and just chop up a second here. All right, ready? Let's go.
Breathing in the southern times, feeling the storm. We're heading home tonight. Deliver me far away. Deliver me from starting out a wave in the sky, falling on a wasted shoreline. Gone
Nice, dude. I like
Good
this.
stuff, right? I mean, yeah,
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 yeah, yeah. I mean, I remember because the thing about them is that they are extremely prolific. So they have like new albums out pretty much every year, or they have had for a period like in time. And I listened to a whole bunch of it, and I really enjoyed it. But I kind of, I don't know, just missed out on this one. So I guess I gotta go back and check it because,
yeah,
of course, I'm
definitely.
gonna like it because their like their recipe for writing songs is all the stuff that I like, you know. So
Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, totally. Yeah, also from Australia, like Caligula's horse.
yeah,
So
I have
maybe
a
that's where
type.
you, maybe you need to go live in Australia.
Yeah, I guess, man.
Um, okay. All right. Next is Evergrey.
Evergrey. Cool.
Yeah, another cool record. This track is called "Falling from the Sun." The album came out on June 7th. It is called "Falling." "Theories of Emptiness." Sorry, is the name of the album. Um, this is actually similar, I think, to Teramaze. It's that same kind of vibe. It's melodic progressive metal. Like,
Yeah, yeah. I think they're more on the metal side than on the progressive, but still, like,
yeah,
they've been around for a while, and I've always listened to their stuff, and I've always really enjoyed it.
yeah. You know that Tom England, the singer, writer, and everything, he does music for video games now.
Yeah,
He's been doing a bunch of that stuff that I
yeah,
guess
yeah.
maybe
He's
you're
been
into.
working on OSTs for a while. Yeah,
Yeah, yeah, cool stuff. And they got a new drummer, Simon Sandez from plays with Temek.
yeah,
I think he's still with Temek also, but he's now the drummer
sure.
for Evergrey as well. With
Shout
their
outs to
drummer
him,
Jonas.
my
Yeah,
buddy.
they're
Yeah,
right.
cool
Great
guy.
names.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's check out this song.
Darkness was someone else's. We used to feel something, used to believe in something, but now it seems like no one can save us. Falling from the sun, fall one by one. We fall into the sea, where the forsaken swim. We were burned by the sun, burned one by one. If this leaves keep crashing in,
There's a lot of fireworks.
darkness
That's
I
an
dig
amazing
that.
riff, dude. Amazing riff there in the
That's a
end.
killer song. It really
They just
is.
played here in Brazil like last week, and I texted Simon saying, "Man,
Oh
sorry I couldn't
man,
make it. Yeah, I had to
that's too
miss it,
bad.
you know. Unfortunately, it's also a big country, so it's not that easy just going all the way
Right,
like
right,
four
right.
hours, you
Wasn't
know.
down the
So
street, yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, that's good. That's good stuff, man. If you like metal with some hooks and that's they're good.
yeah,
He's a great singer. I love his voice.
yeah, yeah, very, very.
Um,
So
all
yeah,
right, we're gonna shift gears a little bit. So we had a little proggy stuff in the beginning. Then we had some a couple of metal songs. The last couple. Now we're going a little bit alternative proggy here.
yeah.
So
So
interesting.
I haven't listened to pretty much anything by these guys, but I know they are a very popular name in our group chat. So I'm curious to check out
That's
this song. I
because
don't
of
know what you
that's
guys
because
talk
of
about,
me.
but
Yeah, I keep pushing this on everybody. So Return to the Earth is basically one guy with the help. It's or a duo maybe if you want to call it, but one guy, Robin Peachy, he writes everything and plays most of the music, and he also sings, and he has help with from a guy named Paul Johnson who does some additional musicianship and producing. Um, and if this is very kind of atmospheric, relaxed, introspective prog, very lengthy songs that take a while to develop, but it's amazing hooks, amazing melodies and harmonies. It has a kind of classic Steven Wilson Porcupine Tree ballad vibe to it. The slower, earlier stuff, songs like Even Less or stuff like that. Porcupine Tree, it reminds me of that.
yeah, the
Um,
90s era, right? Yeah.
and yeah, it never gets aggressive. It never gets shreddy. But I just think it's a beautiful, beautiful record. One that I've enjoyed a lot. And the more people start to find out about this band, the more they're like, yeah, I dig it. Like, you just got to give it a minute. It's very hard. It's going to be hard. This song that I'm going to show, like, it's 10 minutes with like basically 6 or 7 just different parts that it walks through. So
Yeah, it's hard to really convey what they're all about if you only have like
yeah,
40
so just
seconds or
showing,
something. Yeah.
I might show. I'm actually going to show like 2 different sections of this. This is
You have a
the
favorite,
long.
right? You have a
This is the
favorite.
long title track. Yeah, but I like this record a lot. I'm a big fan of this.
Yeah.
It's good stuff. So here.
Okay, let's do it.
You left in the middle, the never-ending line that left for a while, but said nothing of the moment. I carry you inside, but lost you for a while. I pray.
I'm jumping. Actually, I don't need to. Yeah. You get the idea. Yeah, I mean, it's just great. I don't know,
Yeah,
it's
it
just
is.
great.
It's great. I love the guitar tones. I love the vibes, you know. Definitely, I kind of need to listen to the whole thing to get the real perspective, but yeah, good
Yeah,
stuff.
it's out now. It came out June 4th on my list. 6 tracks. Um, and yeah, the name of the album's actually Stalagmite Steeple. I mean, listen, it's moody, it's kind of depressing, but it's also kind of uplifting in the same way. It's kind of a weird kind of thing,
Yeah,
but I dig it a lot.
cool.
Okay, next one is a band called
Meer.
Meer.
Nice.
Uh,
I like
this
them.
this just came out like I don't know, a week ago or something like that. The album comes out on August 23rd. I apologize, I don't have the album title in front of me. These guys are cool. There's like 9 people in the band or something like that, and it's just it's proggy, but not. I mean, it's very, it has that alternative kind of feel to it.
Yeah.
And
The name of the album is Wheels Within Wheels. So more
yes.
wheels here, not Wheel the band and not the Wheel of
That's
Prog.
right.
Yeah.
Thank you for that.
Yeah. It's awesome. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, this song's a lot of fun. I think this is really, really good. It's very different, and I think this is one we're all gonna like. Let me jump to a mark here that I had so we can get into it a little bit.
Fever won't let me. Feels like there's something I keep on forgetting. I've been out searching for some kind of meaning. I'm seeking comfort in anything breathing. Just give me something that I can believe in. Just give me something that I can believe. It's never over, it's just out of sight, out of mind. And even in a colder circle, I'm still stuck, waiting in line. And soon enough I'll end up out of touch, out of time. Before I see a closing curtain, okay, what's mine?
Anyway, what do you think of that?
Dude, I love it. I actually hadn't listened to that one yet, but I love the band. I've been listening to them a lot. It's one of those bands that I found out through streaming. I think it's one of their most popular songs called You Were a Drum. And her voice is just so beautiful, man. So I kind of
Yeah.
like instantly became a fan. I know they performed in a couple festivals this past year with bands that we like. So it's good to see they're like gaining recognition and just getting bigger, you know. So
Yeah.
excited to check out this full album. And yeah, looking forward to it.
Yeah, it comes out in August. Yeah, that's been one of my favorite songs to come out in the last couple of weeks.
Hmm.
I've really enjoyed it because it's just so different than anything else
Yeah, and it's a beat
that we get
too.
to listen to. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, it's cool. All right, so another one that's sort of on the alternative side a little bit, Pure Reason Revolution, back with a new album called Coming Up to Consciousness, comes out in September 6th. First single is Dig Till You Die. Uh, are you a fan? Are you familiar with these guys much?
Yeah, I remember, I don't know when exactly their latest, like their most recent
It's been a
album
couple of
before this one
years.
came out. I'm
Yeah,
probably
it's been
like
a couple of years.
21, right?
Yeah,
But I
I think
remember
so.
back then you pushed for it a little bit too,
Above Cirrus, I think, was the last record.
and I think Christian
Um,
did one of their videos, so I checked it out with him, and yeah, so I
yeah.
remember liking it. It's more like it sounds more like mainstream underground music, if that makes a little bit of sense.
Sort of, yeah. Again,
Yeah,
there's no shredding, there's no anything like that. It's
yeah.
kind of in that,
I
you
remember it
know,
having a little bit of like of a Muse vibe,
yes,
right?
it's sort of Muse, Pineapple Thief,
Yeah,
early Porcupine Tree, that kind of thing mixed in
cool.
there.
Let's check it out.
Um, yeah, this is the first single. I'm skipping a little bit here. There's like a good metal section here a little bit, which they don't normally do, but this is pretty good.
You were infernal, and death was opaque. Convicted deceiver, I'm lost and I ache. Come back till you die, and come to know the days till we next collide. What's skinny?
Yeah. Anyway,
Yeah, that's
yeah,
cool. I think maybe what gave me that the Muse vibe is mostly the bass sound and like that the
yeah.
fuzz effects that they use. It's
That
pretty
does
similar.
sound like Muse there. That part, that
Yeah,
right, a
totally.
little
Yeah.
bit, right? It's yeah,
Hmm.
it's interesting. I didn't catch that, but when you said it, I kind of see that.
Yeah. No. Yeah. I like this.
Um,
Yeah.
okay, all right, we're gonna go a hard left turn into Super Progville, with
Okay. Who
our
we
good
got?
buddy Jordan Rudess,
Oh, nice. Yeah.
from Dream Theater, new solo record called Permission to Fly. Also comes out on September 6th, same day as the Pure Reason Revolution one. Um, for this album, he partnered up with singer that Joe Payne and drummer Darby Todd. Basically, it's the three of them. Guitarist Steve Dedayan, who also he's amazing. Like Instagram, YouTube shredder guy is ridiculous. And yeah, so this is the sort of long proggy track called The Alchemist. It's almost 9 minutes, and yeah, this is
Yeah. And they
pretty
have the
cool.
video for the whole thing. It's really cool.
Yeah, let's check that out.
The frenzied alchemist, his hands to wet with dye. The genius alchemist sees me in the sky. Drinking cocoa, live by the second. I've been flow effervescent. I've been enough pieces. What you can be is masterpieces. Final apogee.
But all the bass was done on keyboard. Anyway, you get the idea there. That's good stuff. There's also another single out from a few months ago called Embers, which is sort of like a ballad, which you could check out.
Yeah, this one I love this song. So yeah, this song I like this one way better than the one before. I still like that one, but I mean, whoever thought about having Joe Payne as the voice for Jordan songs must be a genius, because I think that's a good match. you know?
Yeah.
And just in general, man, I think his like keyboard sounds and stuff has to be like the most recognizable in the genre, right?
It's
You just listen
immediate. The
to it,
minute he
yeah.
does that solo part, it's him. It's Jordan Rudess. There's no one else. Yeah,
I
it's
remember I
amazing.
was listening just like on shuffle, like random songs, and one song came in and from a band I didn't know, and the keyboard solo started. And I was like, this sounds awfully like Jordan Rudess, and but I mean, I don't think they're connected. But then I looked at my phone and like band and Jordan Rudess as a guest. I'm like, yeah, of
It's
course, you know.
That's happened to me. That has happened to me. I'm telling you,
Yeah.
where you're like, I know that sound, and it's rare with keyboardists. Like guitarists, it's a little bit more common where you can do that.
Hmm.
Keyboardists, it's not that common. So yeah, it's pretty cool. Um,
Totally.
okay, so okay, our next one and last one. This song literally just came out from Leprous. It's the second single to their album Melodies of Atonement, which comes out August 30th. The first single was called Atonement. And yeah, just go ahead and check this one out. I don't know if a lot of people have heard it yet. It literally just came out, and I wanted to
Yeah.
sort of
Well, I haven't
sneak
had
it
the
in at.
chance yet, but the first single, Atonement, it's awesome. It's super like catchy. I've been singing either like the chorus or the dun, 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 dun in my head
Yeah.
for like a couple of weeks. So excited to check out this one. Leprous is also one of my favorite bands. So this is another candidate for album of the year for me.
Wow. We're only hearing one, and now maybe two
I
songs.
mean, a candidate. I haven't, I you know, I haven't listened to the whole album. Let's see.
I know. All right, let's see.
Covering up old stains inside. Colored all in white. Silently walking alone. The power of being unknown. Silently soothing myself. The hiding has taken its toll. Silently walking alone.
Yeah. There you go.
Boo. Don't turn it off. Well, I guess I gotta go back and actually listen to the whole song now. Of
Correct.
course, I like it. It's Leprous. In general, what I'll say that like calls for the most attention to me is just like their video stuff, man, is just genius. They have like this insane camera work and uh, video direction is just amazing, and they've been nailing it for a while. I remember the first one that really shocked me was Alleviate. Like the
Yeah.
way they use that video is just brilliant, and they kept doing stuff like this, and I'm a big fan.
Yeah. No, I think that the more videos have become lyric videos or visualizers or the ones where
Totally.
everybody's recording in their home, the more
Hmm.
that you can do a video like this, that's a big production, it starts to stand out more. And they do, and they try to do that as
100%,
much
yeah.
as they can, you know. And
And
whenever
we've
you get the
actually
band in the
had
same room, that kind of thing.
we've actually had a few in this like selection of songs that went that way, like the Evergrey one. You know, they are always like stand out to me.
Yeah, I think so
Yeah.
too. It gives it a little bit of the Meer one. They're together, jumping
Yeah, yeah, that
around,
one
doing
too.
doing that
Yeah.
whole thing. Listen, not everybody can do it. Sometimes band members live in different other countries.
Oh
It's
yeah.
not an
And
it's not sort of like saying it's bad.
yeah, yeah.
But
Yeah,
when you
don't get it
can do
wrong.
it, it does add a
Yeah.
little bit. I
And
think,
it's
which is
expensive. Even if you all live in the same house, it's not cheap like to just have this crazy production, right?
yeah, that's right. So, yeah, man, we did it under an hour. That's pretty good. Of course, there's other stuff. I mean, there's been a lot of albums that we've covered that we've reviewed. There's more reviews on the website. Tried to keep this to, a few from earlier in the year and then a few new ones to throw in there. But if we left anything out, it may make its way to the end of the year podcast or, whatever, things like that. And there's more records coming out that I'm sure are going to be amazing. So yeah, 2024 is off and running. We're halfway through. Yeah, a lot more fun, man.
That's it. That was fun. Let us know what albums we missed, what songs you like the most, and make sure to subscribe and like the video and follow us everywhere because we are
Yeah.
everywhere.
Yeah, and we do these reaction things every month. At least we're trying to, so keep up to date on those. It's a good way to get familiar with some new music. And, of course, the Wheel of Prog episodes and interviews and other things we got going on. Check out progreport.com for news items, reviews, that kind of stuff. And follow us on our socials and subscribe to the YouTube channel as well. And we'll see you all again soon. Bye-bye.
Bye, everyone. Thanks.
Hey, thanks for checking out the podcast. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, wherever you get your podcasts. Follow us on all our socials and progreport.com. And we'll see you all again real soon. Thanks.